What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AFK Gaming here with some Space Engineers gameplay again. Now this isn't actually gameplay, it's more of a review. I'm going to be starting this new series, which is called Space Engineers Mod / Workshop Download Reviews. Now, as you can see from this one, it is a racetrack. It's fairly large, and I have to give some credit where credit is due for the guy who made this. You can get it off the workshop, and it's actually one of the most top rated things on the Space Engineers Workshop as of now. Now let me say something really quick before we actually start into the review. This game is called Space Engineers, as you probably know, and pardon me if I called it Kerbal Space Program before, but this game, I believe it's still an alpha or beta, but it is not optimized yet. And if it is optimized, it only caps out at 25 frames per second. That means it cannot go any higher than 25 frames per second. So if you see, if this footage seems a little bit frame ready, that's because it is. Now, let's start off with what this track offers you. It offers you 1 extra car and 3 buggies to race. Now these buggies have 4 wheels, and the color schemes vary from blue, green, and orange and green. Also blue and white if on the blue one, and green and white on the green one. Now, there's more of like a dragster type look, where it has 2 smaller wheels in the front and 2 bigger wheels in the back. They each have 1 thruster in the back, 2 thrusters on the top side, 2 thrusters in the back, and that is it for all of the vehicles. So there's no unfair advantage no matter what vehicle you race. They start off spawn in a little bit of a weird fashion. They're not straight, so this one is slightly at an angle that way, this one is at an angle that way, and this one is at an angle that way. So what I suggest is when you're actually racing with your friends to line them up all evenly, because there is enough room for all 3 carts or vehicles to be lined up evenly on the red line. Then, obviously, you race the track, and you can decide however many laps you want, or if it's like a derby and you have to destroy it, etc., etc. So you can have unlimited amounts of options on what you can do with this track. So let's go ahead and take a look at the interior view of the vehicle. In this vehicle, it limits visibility, so especially dead in the center, so if you really want to race, you're probably going to have to race in third person. This also gives you the option to look to your sides and to your rear. There is one third person glitch as of now, and that is when you look to your side, sometimes it'll snap you right back in the first person. And then if you just hold Alt, you can get out of it. So here's first person, and there's standard third person. So let's go ahead and drive this orange and green vehicle to the starting line, and let's try to take it around a lap. Of course, there are no armament. There is no armament for these vehicles, so you can't really cheat by putting armament on. You can if you want it to be like a derby, but right now this is just a race. So let's go ahead and see how these drive. First, we're going to use WSA and D controls. So that's turning, and it doesn't really work with the D key. So what you're going to have to do is you're probably going to have to use mouse view to use these side thrusters, and also probably D, and of course, again, it smashes. So the vehicles themselves are not the best, but go ahead and drag that off a cliff. Yeah, he's going down. Okay, go ahead and turn off the jetpack. Let's try it again with a little bit slower on this green vehicle. Go ahead and brake a little for the turns, and that seems to work a little bit better. Of course, you're not going to be able to have the fastest of results, but if we try to go fast, you can kind of see that you kind of swerve and break your vehicle. That's going to be a major issue if you're going to try racing. And of course, we gotta drive this one off the cliff as well. So as you can see, these vehicles kind of they're not the best. They look very, very cool in my opinion, and I think I gotta give the guy credit for having the ability to construct a vehicle that looks very nice. Unfortunately, the performance isn't the best, so you might, before you actually start the race, you might have to put some thrusters right there and on the opposite side right there. You could also, of course, change the wheels so they're all small or all big. That may help with turning control, I'm not sure. But if you want to race in this car, because if you crash out of your vehicles or if there's a fourth person, what you have to do is you have to go over here, go to the seat, hit T to get in, disengage the parking brake, get out, and as soon as you get out, it relocks it, so that's a problem. So that means with your person, with the fourth person, they'd have to get in as you disengage the parking brake. Let's see if we walk up to it, bam, it locks. So that's a problem, and that really won't help. So what you have to do is you have to delete that parking brake, and it smashes and almost breaks the car. So let's see, nope, yep, it did break the car, it broke the cockpit. So, yeah. Of course, let me just wrap it up here. It is a very beautiful course, well constructed, but the problems with it are no side rails to prevent people from falling off. No idea if that's intentional or not. There's side rails on these sides, but not on the straightaways. So that is one problem that I've noticed, just falling off the side. Excuse me. Second, the carts, not designed fairly well, so that's that. And then the extra car with the parking brake, that is awful, and there would have to be another person for you to get that cart to be functional. Or of course you can just reinstall the cockpit, but still, it's not the easiest to do when you're alone, and it's kind of inconvenient. So that is my first workshop review. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'm AFK Gaming, and I'll see you later.